Remember when you were a kid and you would go to a family member's house and in their living room they had the good chair, and the good chair represented the best of their household? Well, now I'm offering the good chair in my house, and I'm going to offer it to your favorite content creators so we can slow down from a minute of content creation in the world that is ever speeding forward. And we're going to find out what it is they do and why they do it, what makes them love the content they create, and what their goals are and motivations. Welcome to the Good Chair.
What's up, everybody? Bill Tendo back here again with the Good Chair, where we interview creators of different types and find out what it is they do, how they got started, and where they plan on going in the future. And today we have They Call Me Hat Guy, who, although they call him Hat Guy, his name is Chad. And
That's right.
He's in his car traveling, but he's agreed to talk with us anyway and sit in the good chair while he's driving. So that sounds comfortable, man. Don't fall asleep.
It's a good chair. Okay. It's a good chair. I'm enjoying it.
So Chad, how long have you been creating content?
Oh man. The first YouTube video I was ever in came out in 2006.
Wow.
So a long time.
Right. And
we're both graybeards here. So,
yeah,
you know,
without a doubt. You know, I've been with my wife for about 10 years and I like to pull up pictures of before I met her, when there was just a couple gray streaks in it, and it was pretty black still. It had a little bit of salt and pepper, but for the most part, it was pretty black. And I'm like, look what you done to me. Look what you done.
Well, I wasn't bald. I wasn't bald when I met my woman. So, yeah. I had hair. Now I don't. Mm.
Oh, my wife wanted me to grow a mullet. Eventually, I just ended up shaving my head.
Yeah, hey, look, bald and beautiful, man. That's what it is.
And so now I just shave my head. I don't care. Like I don't want to deal with it. I'm old enough that I don't care about hairstyles anymore.
Straight up.
I'm all about the convenience and comfort. And guess what? It's super comfortable to just shave my head.
The only place Bill Tendo shaves, mind you.
That's right. That's right. It's terrible. Anyway, so what was the first content you ever made?
So I'm a big fan of like Andy Kaufman and Tom Green and Sacha Baron Cohen and just kind of the guys from Jackass who like to pull pranks in public and shit and fuck with people. Sorry about my language. Apologize. Okay. And so when I was in high school, I created this character called JT Blaze, who was like Joe Dirt, but thought he was the fastest man on the planet. So I actually went to a track meet. I was on the track team for high school only for the purpose of making this video. So I showed up to one of my high school track meets with this wig on and started interviewing people. It was like a mullet wig. I was interviewing people and claiming to be the fastest man on the planet, coming in dead last in my races and shit. And oh, dude, my coach was furious. I almost got suspended for this until the video came out, and everybody loved it. Like other teachers thought it was hilarious and everything.
Then they all found out it was a bit.
Yeah, it was a bit, but there's like, it was crazy, dude. They fired the gun for people to start running a race, and I like hit the ground and had some of my friends jump over top of me. I was like, there's been an assassination attempt on my life. The same thing that happened to JFK. I think it almost happened to Colonel Sanders. You know, just like that was the first YouTube video I ever did.
I'd imagine that probably did fairly well, huh?
It got a few thousand views, and back then, like, YouTube was just I mean,
a few thousand views back then was really good. That would be the equivalent to a couple million views now.
Yeah, it was. It's still out there. So
I really am gonna look this up. at some point.
It's kind of hard to find. You just put JT Blaze, fastest man on the planet. And that was my first YouTube appearance many, many moons ago.
It's pretty funny. So what kind of content do you primarily make now? Dude, I already found it.
Yeah, a much younger version of me. Now it's primarily reaction content, live streams. Sometimes my girlfriend and I, Gnarly Nikki is her YouTube handle. We just stream sometimes and just hang out. But we get the best reaction from people with our reaction content. You know, we do reactions to JonTron, Internet Historian, some Mr. Ballin, Casual Geographic, like nature stuff, animals and stuff like that. Salmonella Academy. I don't know if you've ever watched Salmonella, that guy. His stuff is hilarious. So just like historical stuff that maybe you've never heard of, and animal facts and things like that. A lot of creators, and some true crime and scary stuff sometimes. And, you know, to be honest with you, we kind of started steering away from the true crime reactions just because some of the stuff that people would say in the comments was like really jacked up. And it started attracting an audience of people who were just really screwed, just saying some really horrible stuff, you know, because I have a lot of empathy for people who are victims of these things, man. And I guess for some people, they don't realize that this is like, that really happened to somebody. You know, right. It's not something to just like, and these people did not deserve this stuff that happens to them. You know, so when people are coming at it like a joke, or they're just like talking shit about people who died in these horrific circumstances, it doesn't sit well with me. So that we kind of steered away from that a little bit, just to keep from, you know, it personally bothers me when a victim of a horrific crime or something like that is not respected.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah.
You know, that's the worst moment of that person's life. The last moments of their lives were some of the worst things that anyone could ever experience. It's not a joke.
You know, there was a point, I have a 27-year-old daughter, and we both consume a lot of true crime content.
It is interesting. I get the appeal.
And it takes our minds off of our daily lives. Like my life is consumed with video games. So I don't consume a lot of gaming content. I prefer to listen to true crime podcasts during the day while I'm working, you know, and my daughter is the same way. When she has free time, you know, she's a single mother and she works a lot. So when she has free time, again, she listens to true crime. And there was a point where we almost created a podcast with her and I, because there are a lot of this is weird, but there's actually a lot of true crime stories attached to my extended family. And because I come from an extremely large family down south, as in 40 first cousins.
Holy shit!
That's on my mom's side. That's not my dad's side. That's just my mom's side. So, you can imagine that we've been associated with a lot of stuff over the years.
Well, especially where you're from in the South too. That's a very high rate for crime and stuff like that. Yeah,
is very prevalent in the surrounding area, is very prevalent. So we almost did that, and maybe one day we'll get around to it. But it, like you said, there's a inherent negativity to it.
Yeah,
you know? Which is a little bit of a difficult sticking point for me.
Well, the investigations are interesting. The FBI profilers and all that stuff, like Mindhunters, the show Mindhunters and stuff. Mm-hmm. You know, it is an interesting thing, and it is a very important job that those people do. Like
Right.
I'm not a big fan of the police as far as like giving people traffic tickets and trying to just be dicks. But like as far as people who investigate like violent crime and abuse victims and stuff like that, and circumstances that are people getting hurt, I'm all for it, man. We need that. That's so important.
Yeah.
So
I
that's interesting to me.
Yeah, I agree completely. So when did you start doing the type of content that you're known for now?
Oh man. So like 20, I think my first reaction video I did was to a I think it was to a WWE pay-per-view where I think it was the one after the Rumble, after AJ Styles showed up in WWE.
Right.
With Renegade Media Group, Renegade Reacts. A huge reaction channel. As far as I'm concerned, I mean, when you've got over 20,000 subs, or not 20,000, but 200,000 subs.
Right.
That's massive to me. And one of my best friends from high school is the guy Nate, Renegade Nate, who started Renegade Media Group. And he asked me if I wanted to come and chill and do some reactions, so I did. Eventually, this guy's living in a damn mansion and rented the upstairs of his mansion to me and my girlfriend, and I started doing reactions with him every day.
Nice.
And that started in like 2018. So then the pandemic hits. I worked at a biorepository, which handles medical samples and, for all kinds of different research and stuff. So, of course, COVID samples come in there. And for some reason, they started laying people off and stuff. So I was in a really stressful situation and a really stressful time. And he goes, "You should start doing your own channel, man." And that's how all that got started. So I started with Renegade Media Group. I'm still associated and affiliated with that channel and appear on there from time to time. It used to be every week I was on there for about 3 years. So that's where I started, how it got started.
Nice.
Yeah.
So can I ask you a question? Like, I'm not necessarily like, hey, I really want to hear you shit talk somebody, but
sure.
But at the same time, I do want your honest opinion, no matter what it is.
Sure.
Okay. So you make primarily reaction content with your girlfriend.
Yeah.
So what do you think of non-reaction reaction channels like SS Sniper Wolf, who watch other creators' content and then they don't add anything to it because there's no true reaction? Like she basically just sits there.
Well, this is, an opinion. So take it or leave it. Nobody's writing the rules on this shit.
Right, and that's what I asked for, is your opinion.
And if the finger needs to be pointed at anybody for the existence of stuff like SS Sniper Wolf, it's YouTube. Okay? Because at any point they could delete her channel off the face of the earth. They've almost done it to me. It's easy for them to do. Right. So the rules are obvious. But they don't apply equally to everybody.
Absolutely.
They do not, I promise you. I think that what she does is shitty because she goes out of her way to not give credit to people she reacts to.
Right.
That's the worst thing. Her reaction, whatever. I mean, whatever. I don't really give a shit. But what pisses me off about her is she refuses to give credit to the creators that she's reacting to. And in my opinion, that is fucking bullshit. Yeah, and she is a piece of shit for doing that.
At that point, it's just stealing content.
Well, she blurs out people's watermarks and shit.
Wow.
Like, that is going the extra mile to make sure, because this is a social platform, right? YouTube is all about what I'm doing right now.
Right.
How much is this going to benefit me being on your channel? I don't know, really. Probably not a lot until you blow up, which I have every confidence in the world that you will one day.
Who, me?
Yes, you're a very interesting dude, and you're great to talk to.
I appreciate the confidence, but I don't see that happening.
I think that you will. I think you'll be as successful on the platform as you want to be. But it's an ecosystem where we all can thrive.
Absolutely.
And do you know what it could do for somebody's career if she just gave them let their watermark be on her video?
Right.
What is that?
Hold
That's
on.
not going to hurt anything.
Okay. I lost your audio for a split second there. But yeah, you know, like.
Oh, okay. But
how
it's not going to hurt anything.
Yeah, absolutely. So I take it you leave watermarks and give credit to creators when you.
Oh, yeah. We link in the description of every video we react to. There's a link to the original video. Most of the time we tag the creator in the title.
Right.
So that you can click their name in the title and go straight to their page. You know, I think that shit is paramount.
Right, because it's, you know, it's extremely easy in reaction content to be unethical, like SS Sniper Wolf. So,
well, you know, we have YouTube shorts that do incredibly well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to learn YouTube shorts a little bit better because the description doesn't show up. Description of a YouTube short, it doesn't show up. So then that takes away like the find the creator. So now people are calling me out in the comments. So what do I do? I pin their comment. I own my shit because that's on me. If I fuck up, creator, and I want people to. So
yeah. So also,
I'm gonna
a good rule. A good rule. Make the first comment as credit to. Gave the credit where people are going to see the credit because
here on out, I will be pinning not only be saying in full because that's what I want. Because they see my shit, that just makes me feel good about the whole situation. So exactly
what you're talking about, and there's a reason I'm so crediting people for their work.
Yeah.
Before online, I had other AG names very famous.
Yeah.
As thousands upon thousands of memes. People like Fuck Jerry, Tank Sinatra, Joey Salads, the Fat Jewish, because they built empires of millions people's like me's content. Tank Sinatra is such a
that's fucked up, dude.
But Tank Sinatra always eventually at some point I became some point I became stolen, and I
Yeah.
don't mind like if everybody in the world not wipe my watermark off.
I mean,
And-
come on. I mean,
And-
come on.
You know, I'm no longer doing meme content. That's what I enjoy. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. Instagram alone, I lost probably 20. A meme page that switched it up overnight.
Well, you know, that's one of my favorite things to say because what it is. You're a sentient, grown-ass man that can make choices for the peace of mind. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you.
Now, this is a weird thing to say in meme culture because really, one of the things you shouldn't laugh at, but you know, who was it? Anthony Jeselnik said comedy is getting away with it. Really funny. So don't say because comedy is getting away with it. So that was tipping over, you know? Group chat that some of these memes I would drop. You know, because I respected everybody's opinion. Everybody had
a joke that someone who is actually has hate in their heart and actually hates in Tennessee and shit. I'm not far from the place where the Klan was formed.
Right.
And I know a lot of people that are truly 100% racist, hateful, horrible people. And they don't joke about it. They say it in a serious manner.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah. And I think we've gotten too far away from that. Dave Chappelle in the early days of the Chappelle Show was a great example of things that we're uncomfortable about being brought into a humorous light and bringing people together.
Yep.
And that's what they don't want. And by they, I mean the powers that be. They want a division. They want us to be uncomfortable talking about what makes us unique and different.
Division is what division breeds power. That's all there is.
Yes. Divide and conquer.
Yep. So let me circle this back around to the subject at hand.
Sure.
So you're doing really well on your content. You have a substantial number of subscribers. You get great view numbers. Are you happy with what you're doing and continuing on along that route, or is there a future goal or any goals at all in the future? Is there something specific you would like to reach? Something specific you would like to do?
I of course would love to do, more original content, but to the level that I want, it would require a lot of production and a lot of money. And, are the views going to be there? Probably not. There's tons of stuff that I want to do, and I'm going to continue to do stuff on YouTube. I mean, it's not a career path for me. I'm a digital marketing specialist by trade. I know how to make shit show up in people's feed. But I kind of am just one of those guys that I do whatever it is that I want. And I'm going to continue to make content the way that I have. And I really, I said when we tried to do this before, this is round 2, by the way, for everybody. But content is like a product. Like it's an industry term that I use in the office. Okay. I work at a legitimate digital marketing, like I'm a digital marketing specialist for an advertising firm, pretty much.
You need to be working on my digital marketing.
I mean, we don't mess with customers that aren't going to spend like $5,000 a month at least. And
wow.
that's why whenever the term content is used surrounding what I do on my personal time, it's kind of like, because I'm just trying to chill. Like the cool thing about what I've been able to do is take somebody who has no knowledge of internet culture whatsoever, really expose her to like JonTron and like internet historian and some of these content creators that like nobody who doesn't consume a lot of stuff that's out there on the internet, they're not going to know about. And so this shit just blows her mind. Like Zafrank, you've seen Zafrank, right? Like Sad Cat Diaries and that, true facts about the clownfish and all this stuff. She had no idea. So seeing her non-rotted by internet culture mind try to do a try not to laugh challenge to internet memes and stuff, it's a fresh reaction. And it's like, I get to experience this with her and friends that I've made online and stuff. It's more about the community and social aspect of YouTube that draws me to wanting to create. And what I want to do is what I'm doing right now, hang out with cool people that I met online.
What?
That's my goal.
Why? Who's
That's
in
my
the
goal.
car with you?
No, you, Bill.
Oh,
you,
wow.
my friend.
You.
Yeah.
Awkward for me.
And the audience that is watching this, I'm glad you guys are here. And while I respect the hustle and I really like to see people passionate about something and trying to make a career out of something, enjoy content creation, if that's what you want to call it. Enjoy making your videos, connecting with the audience, and making friends with the people who watch your stuff. Anybody interested in doing YouTube or something, like if you get 5 views, that's like being at a party and 5 people are listening to what you're saying and talking and responding and interacting with you. Like, that's awesome. That's awesome. It's not about being Mr. Beast, that's not what it's about. That's not how YouTube started. Like, it's about interacting with people. It's a social platform. Have fun.
Right. So, Chad, I have one more question for you.
You got it.
What's your Waffle House order?
Oh, man, I'm trying to get the Grand Slam. I'm trying to get everything smothered and covered. I'm trying to walk out of there waddling, fat, farting, happy. Give it all to me.
I hear you. I interviewed Tricky the other day, and he's Canadian, so he's never. He's like, I've only been to the United States twice, and I didn't have an opportunity. And I'm like, oh man, that's rough. That's rough.
Yeah.
Well, Chad, they call me Hat Guy. I want to thank you for spending some time with me today, letting people get to know you better. Let your audience get to know you better. Let some people that may not be familiar with you get to know who you are, and I appreciate that.
I appreciate you for having me on. I'm a fan of not only your YouTube channel, but the work that you do in general. It's super impressive. And not only do you create cool shit for people to enjoy in a video form and also to play games that they love and everything, but just know that the guy that you're interacting with or buying stuff from is just cool as shit. Legitimately a good guy. And so you're getting a good product and it's coming from a good source.
Well, I appreciate that. I'll make sure to have all your links in the description down below. And everybody, thank you for watching.
Peace.